Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. This is a requested video by Yunfi6798 about amadou and how it is made and everything about it. Well, I'm happy to do requested videos if I can. And while I'm probably not the best person to ask about amadou because it doesn't grow here in Australia and I've never made it myself. I'm happy to try to muddle through it. I've done a fair bit of research on it. I've watched a lot of videos about it and I'll do it my best on it. Amadou, I love it, even though it doesn't grow here in Australia and we don't make it. But as far as I know, it doesn't grow here in Australia. I've never seen it. And I've never made it myself. I have, as I said, researched a fair bit about it and I have played with it, obviously. I buy all my amadou through Beaver Bushcraft. I will link this in the description bar because you can buy it from Beaver Bushcraft. I've only ever bought it from Beaver Bushcraft, and as far as I'm concerned, they make the best amadou because I've never compared it to any other, but all the stuff from Beaver Bushcraft has been excellent. This is amadou. It's from the horsehoof fungus. It's a suede leather-like substance that is treated and takes a spark incredibly well. Very, very good tinder, burns incredibly hot. The process of making this, I'll go through it. What I suggest is looking it up on Google and doing it through YouTube, how to make amadou, and that's probably the best way of going about it. But amadou is made from the horsehoof fungus. It's a fine velvety layer resembling suede leather. This suede-like trauma layer is sandwiched between a tough, nut-like outer layer called the cuticle and the pores. So this is basically the horsehoof fungus sits like that, and this is sandwiched between an outer layer here and the pores here, if you think about how the fungus is made, grows. And it's a thin layer running between it. So when they pull the fungus off the trees, then they have to cut the outside hard layer off, and then this layer is in there, and then they cut this layer out. It doesn't look like this when they cut it out. Then, once they harvest this bit, the whole process, which I've only ever watched, it's basically they beat it out, then soak it. Sorry, these are my notes, because as I said, I've never done it before. They soak it in either potassium nitrate or they boil it in potash. But they usually take the tree that the horsehoof fungus has come from and they boil it in the potash from that tree. And that's what makes it so good. It's either potassium nitrate, but potash is a poor man's version of potassium nitrate. And that's what makes this stuff so good, is the fact that it's been processed with either potash or potassium nitrate. And that, in a nutshell, is how it is done. I know I'm not doing it a service by describing it that way, and it's really hard to do it, the description on how to do it, because I've basically never done it, and describing the process is not the same as showing you how to do it. And this video will never be the same as actually doing it. So basically what it is done is it's been soaked in potassium nitrate and then dried out, and that's what it is. That's the whole process basically. But yeah, it's a wonderful product. I love it because you can store it. It basically never goes off. It's leather like. Yeah, and it takes a spark, as you'll see, very easily. I'm happy to do a bit more demonstration with it. I won't blow it into flame because yeah, I've done that several times. As I said, because this stuff doesn't grow here. Oh, I should have mentioned too. It's mainly found on dead birch or beech trees, and that's why it doesn't basically grow here in Australia. The horseshoe fungus, the particular varieties of it, and it's mainly in colder climates. And where I live here in Brisbane, here in Australia, it doesn't get cold enough, and that's the main reason why I don't get it here. And that's the biggest reasons why we don't have. And birch and beech trees would be an introduced species here in Australia, and we don't like introducing species. One strike catch. That's how easy it is. We'll just sit there and smoulder. As I said, it's a wonderful, wonderful tinder. It's beautiful. I love this stuff, and it's incredibly hot. It'll burn. Cujo Mojo put a heat gun on this and char cloth, and this was a lot hotter. And that'll just sit there and smoulder away. That just turns into a big ember. And you can smell the potassium nitrate in it. It's a fantastic tinder. I love it. The reason why it's so good is you can store it basically indefinitely, but you can use it as padding as well. And fly fishermen use it as to dry out things. That's starting to get very hot. What they do is they have a little pad of it, and they put their little flies, they put them in and then put the pad out and they dry it out. So yeah, and they make felt hats, amadou hats out of it, everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And yeah, so many products are made out of it, plus the fact that you can use it for this tinder that we make it, we use it for. Solar ignition, percussion fire lighting, obviously, flint and steel, ferro rods take it really well, fire pistons, yeah, just wonderful, wonderful stuff. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't grow here in Australia, the horseshoe fungus. So as far as I know, Dominic Minichetti did do a bit of a Google search, and apparently here in the Gold Coast there are birch trees, but I've never seen them. And yeah, I will have to go down to the Gold Coast at some stage, which is about an hour away from here, and maybe have a look and see it. But yeah, I'll show you again what it looks like. It's just very leather-like. Once you get it in your hand and have a look at it, it's a wonderful feeling substance. It smells really funny, when it's here, but when it's burning, it's got that faint dirt smell about it. But yeah, you can smell the potassium in it as well as it's going off. I love it. As I said, I rave about the stuff, but yeah, it's just a fantastic product. But anyway, I hope that helps. I probably haven't done it justice as far as the description goes, how the process of it being made. Basically, it is quite a hard process of it being done and drawn out. They do take a while to do. Just the boiling, they boil it and then dry it out, and it's a lot of hammering out. They hammer it out and to get it to go that soft velvety like process. And I've been talking to Mark Horden about it, and he says it sometimes doesn't work. So yeah, that's why it's quite expensive. So yeah, and as I said, it for me to buy it, it's is quite expensive to get here imported. So yeah, but anyway, I hope that I've answered your questions about how it's made. It comes on birch trees. Basically, they process it through boiling in potassium nitrate or potash, and yeah, if you can get a hold of it, I would definitely suggest having a go at it because as you see, it's a wonderful tinder. Anyway, that's amadou. Just a quick overview of it, and I hope I've answered your questions about it. Thanks for watching.